Good afternoon, everyone. Let us solve the last problem, Nyquist plot. Okay. With this, we will finish our portions. Saturday's class will be a revision class. We will be doing practice problems, revising the topics. Okay. Am I audible? Yes or no? Am I audible? Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Construct Nyquist plot for a feedback control system whose open loop transfer function is given by Gs into Hs is equals to 5 upon S into 1 minus S. Determine the stability of the system using Nyquist stability criterion. Now again, step 1, we will find the number of poles lying in the right half of S plane. You see there are two poles, S is equals to 0 and S is equals to 1. So one pole lies in the right half of S plane. So the value of P is 1. So step 2, the formula is N is equals to minus P. That means minus 1 for stability. That means Nyquist plot must encircle minus 1 plus J0 1 in clockwise for stability. What is the meaning of this minus 1? That Nyquist plot must encircle this point minus 1 plus J0 once in clockwise direction for stability. Now step 3, you will again draw sections, right? So you will start from infinity to 0 plus. I have written in terms of omega just to show you that in few books it is written in terms of omega, in few books it is written in terms of j. You can choose any one method, practice using any one method and follow the same method. Okay, so omega is equals to infinity to 0 plus first section, omega is equals to 0 plus to 0 minus second section, 0 minus to minus infinity third section, and from infinity to minus infinity fourth section. So you see that the plot is divided in 4 sections. Radius for this small semicircle from 0 plus to 0, 0 minus to 0 plus is 0, radius tends to 0, and for the big semicircle radius tends to infinity. Right. Now, we have prepared a table. You can prepare a table like this. Section, starting point, terminating point, and then S-plane. Section 1, starting point. Your point starts at omega is equals to 0 and it terminates at omega is equals to infinity. Fine. You will find the magnitude and phase angle, right? So your magnitude and phase angle, after finding the magnitude and phase angle, you have to plot it, right? So how will you plot it? At omega is equals to 0, that is minus 90 degree, right? And then at omega is equals to minus 270. That means minus 90 to minus 270. That means the plot is in the direction of upward. Also, you have to find the angle of rotation. In this question, I have not written angle of rotation, but you can find angle of rotation like how I explained you for question number 1. It will become easy for you to plot the section, right? So from I have just plotted like this, omega equals to 0 to infinity. I have just plotted. Why I have plotted like this? Because, can you tell me? Can anybody tell me? Any one of you? Are you there, everyone? Yes, can anybody tell me? Ankit, Ankit, are you there? Okay, fine. Listen to me carefully. So how is it? You will find angle of rotation minus 270 degree minus minus 90. So it becomes minus 270 plus 90, which becomes minus 270 plus 90 becomes how much? Minus 270 minus minus 90. How much it will become? I'm not able to hear you.
Minus 180, ma'am.
Minus 180 degree, right? So it will go to minus 180 degree, and you know that minus 180 degree is this axis. From omega is equals to 0 to omega is equals to infinity. You have first you find the magnitude. I have not written here. You find the magnitude and then accordingly you plot it. You will get this section. Try solving this question, okay? In the second question,
Minus 180, ma'am.
sorry. Now the second section, it is minus 90 minus 90. It becomes minus 180. Okay. I told you minus 180 means you will take 180 degree and minus means in clockwise direction, right? So that means you will take from here 90 degree plus 90 degree, 180 degree clockwise direction. This is your second section. Starting point and terminating point you have to write. Right? Again here, the starting point and terminating point is minus infinity to 0. So minus infinity to 0, right? So at an angle of, the starting angle is minus 270 degree and the terminating angle is minus 90 degree. You have to find the angle of rotation, minus 90 minus minus 270. So again, it will come just mirror image of this, right? For the section 4, again, you will find this question I have taken from some of the book. Okay, so instead of following this method, all of you, you can follow the method which we had used for question number 1. That is easier approach, right? So what you're going to do is you have to solve this question and put it in Google Classroom, what you have to do after drawing step number 3, before going for step number 4, you just find out the starting point, the terminating point, and the angle of rotation, like that's how we did for question number 1. After getting all these information, it will be easy for you to plot, right? So after getting all these informations, like yeah, so first you find magnitude, then you find phase angle. Step 4, you follow this method for step 4, not that method, right? So what you do is find magnitude and phase angle, like how we did here. And then section wise, you find magnitude and phase angle for each section. First, write the starting point, the terminating point, like this. S is equals to plus j infinity to plus j 0. That means omega is equals to infinity to omega plus 0. Write down the starting point, terminating point, write down the magnitude, phase angle, and then find out the angle of rotation. From it, conclude whether it is a clockwise rotation or anti-clockwise rotation. Like this you do for all the 4 sections, right? It will become easy for you to understand also. You can skip the method what I have written for second problem, and you can use the same method which we did for first problem for step number 4. After step number 4 is over, what is the next step? Step number 5, you have to rationalize. How to rationalize? You have to take conjugate of denominator. First convert this transfer function in frequency domain. So it becomes 5 pi j omega into 1 minus j omega. Take conjugate of it. It will become minus j omega into 1 plus j omega. Multiply and divide by the conjugate to get real and imaginary part. Separate real and imaginary part. Substitute imaginary part equal to 0. When you substitute imaginary part equal to 0, you get omega is equals to 0. When you substitute this equal to 0, you get omega is equals to 0. So omega is equals to 0 is not on Nyquist plot. Hence, there is no finite intersection with negative real axis. I told you, after getting the value of omega, you have to substitute the value of omega here and in the imaginary part so as to get the point of intersection of Nyquist plot with negative real axis. Since you get the value of omega as 0, that means this omega is equals to 0 is not on the Nyquist path, hence there is no finite intersection with negative real axis and you can just skip it. Okay. And yeah, step number 6, you have to plot Nyquist plot. -1 plus d0 point is not encircled, therefore the system is unstable. For stability, what should have happened? -1 plus d0 point should have been encircled. How many times? It should have been encircled for at least once for stability, once in clockwise direction for stability. But since it is not encircled, therefore system is unstable. And how did you get this? So how did you get this? You will get this from step number 4. Try doing it. If you're not able to get it, then we'll discuss again on Saturday. But I hope everyone will get it. Try solving this question and post your outputs in your Google Classroom using the same method which we did in problem number 1. So for this, you need to do problem 1 thoroughly. Then once you understand problem 1 thoroughly, problem 2 you can get it easy. Any doubts? Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Chandra Mohan, have you understood the procedure?
Teacher. Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now from module 4, you have to prepare Bode plots, right? How to draw Bode plot, find gain margin, phase margin, stability. Then Bode plot, how to find transfer function if a Bode plot is given. Both the questions you have to prepare. If a transfer function is given, how to plot it. If a plot is given, how to obtain transfer function. Okay. And also you have to prepare one question on Nyquist stability and polar plot, right? Module 5, I have already told you.
Module 5, I have already told you.
State model, transition matrix, and how to find the transfer function from state model. These 4 questions, if you prepare, it is more than enough. And module 3, you know Rauther-Witts criteria and root locus. Definitely there will be questions. So if you solve all the questions solved in my notes for all the topics from module 1 to module 5, that is more than enough. I have carefully chosen the problems which covers all different types of questions. None of the questions I have left out. None of the topics are left out. I have covered each and every topic from your syllabus and taken enough questions. What happened? Am I not audible? Ankit, am I not audible?
Ankit, am I not audible? Yes, ma'am. Sometimes voice is breaking.
Okay, fine, fine. No
Network
issue.
error, ma'am.
Okay, fine, fine, fine. No issue. So I have taken all the problems, all the topics from your syllabus, not skipped even a small topic, but we have taken few topics beyond the syllabus also, right? For example, Bode plot, transfer function problems, we have taken more. Polar plot, we have taken many more problems, right? So if you want any of the topics beyond the syllabus to be covered, we can take those topics on Saturday. If you want any recent topics to be covered, which are related to advanced control systems, that can also be taken up on Saturday. Any suggestions? If you want application part, examples, anything if it is there in your mind, just let me know. I'll make sure to cover all the topics which are there in your mind, which all the issues which are there in your mind, I'll try to sort out. Just let me know if anything is there. Okay, no issues, everyone. Arnav, you're trying to say something?
No, no, no.
Ankit, Ankit, बोल मैंने म्यूट कर दिया. मैं तो कुछ नहीं बोल रही. 1 बजे फ्री होगी. ठीक है. आई विल कॉल एट 1. फिर ना. Is Ankit there or not? Fine then. We'll end our session here. I'll be sharing all my notes in PDF form in WhatsApp and Google Classroom as you all have told me. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.